Awesome. We are live. I assume we still need an opening prayer.
Think so.
You want to give that, Sean?
Sure. Dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this day. We're grateful that we're able to meet as a group and go over our accountability projects. I'm grateful that we're ending this semester, and we pray for thy blessing that we may be able to accomplish everything we need to accomplish in the next few days and do well in our classes. We pray to have thy spirit with us, and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay. Do you know how this is supposed to work? There weren't very specific instructions on the page.
Well, if you go to the if you go to week 14 and then you go to the self-assessment, it brings up there's a final presentation submission, and that kind of instructions there detail out what we need to talk about in the meeting.
Where?
So each one of us are supposed to present our project and talk about our experience and go over these points that are here in the instructions.
On the self-assessment?
Yeah, if you go to the self-assessment instructions, that's where you'll find the instructions.
Okay.
I was watching her video she did for this week, and she talks about one thing that she makes sure is make sure that you the self-assessment because it's worth a lot of points. Is basically the project submission is just filling out that self-assessment.
Sorry, you're breaking out really bad. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty badly.
Oh, sorry. You want to make sure that you do the self-assessment for the final presentation. That's what a lot of the points are. She also gives in her instructions, the project. Watch the video.
Yeah, he's breaking up really badly. Did you hear what he said?
About every other one.
My connection sucks. Let's see here. Hey guys. Here, I'm typing in the chat.
Sounds good.
So what's going on? What did I miss?
We were trying to figure out what we're supposed to do. Sean knows, but were we supposed to do that before we met as a group?
What?
No.
We're just talking about what we're going over. What we did for accountability project.
Okay.
How it went and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So I just wrote a paper for my presentation. I don't know what everyone else did.
I just did a PowerPoint.
Yeah, I was making a PowerPoint. I had an issue with it, and I had to start over. Apparently didn't save when I was doing it, so now I'm restarting it and hoping I can make it work.
Okay.
Does anybody know how to put a PowerPoint into I mean, not a PowerPoint, but a online Excel sheet into a PowerPoint?
I would put it in Excel and then save it as an image.
Yeah, that'd be about the best way.
I just took it as an image. If you have a Mac or even a PC, like a PC, if you just type in Snap on your little search box at the bottom, a snipping tool, sorry, and then you can just snip pictures of what's going on your screen. That's what I did.
Oh, I just tried that and that is cool.
I mean, I didn't know if we actually had if I had to use the real image or.
Oh, like your actual copy link to your spreadsheet type thing, or?
Like, I mean, I can do a picture easy, but I'm not sure.
I don't know what else you would need.
Okay. All right, 1 second.
See, this was the part that was kind of confusing me about the whole assignment, because, like, especially she talks about in her video about how, like, there is no place to submit the project, and she says that, like, if you could just write it, like, basically those presentations you guys made or the paper you made, attach that with the accountability project and email it to her for her to use in the future. But as far as, like, submitting that for a grade, I don't think it actually gets submitted for a grade. The only thing that really counts as a grade is the self-assessment.
Is it
At least
self-assessment questions we answered in the?
Isn't there a location to turn it in though? I thought there was.
No, that's the thing, is like it says that there is, but there actually isn't. Like it says like click next. If you click next, it goes to the self-assessment quiz.
Yeah.
And she addresses that in her video for this week. And so, but she also says in her video that she would like.
Did you guys look at it recently? It said updated when I went on it last.
Yeah, no, it says that, and then even like under the self-assessment section, it says the project folder where you can submit it, but you click on it and they're easy to an error.
Yeah, I've been clicking that. Like, I've been trying to work on my, you know, the accountability portion of my project, and it's just I haven't been able to like access that portion. So it's just like it's really hard to do this when you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll find a workaround eventually. It's just mildly annoying.
Yeah.
I have worked hard for this A in this class, and I wish to keep my A in this class.
I know, right?
And I mean, this accountability project I quite enjoyed just because it was something I like doing. Okay. So,
are we just discussing this then, or?
Yeah, so each one of us is just supposed to go over our project. Someone wants to.
I'll go last because I'm finishing my last edits because I didn't know I didn't know if we needed to do an Excel or a print screen, and I know how to copy paste and put a picture up. I just don't know how to get an Excel thing into this, so I'll be done with this in about 5 minutes because I had already worked on this before.
Okay.
All right. I can go first then, I guess. If that works.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Did you say you or me?
Either way. Do you want to go first, or else I will?
Here, I'll go first.
Okay.
I didn't really prepare like a paper or presentation because I wasn't sure about the instructions. I was confused. But we'll just kind of go over everything. I can go ahead and screen share and show you guys my project. All right. So. Oh, that was the last time I did the class. It's actually 2017. So, basically for me, my goals with doing this project were just, my number one goal is like to become a better father and a better husband. And so I tried laying out some of my goals that I want to do with that. And like my becoming session, I talk about like want to become a better father and some things that I want to include in that. So hang on a second. Let me just go over. Yeah. So here, I'll just read it. So fatherhood is an interesting experience. It pushes you to do something better, to be better for those you love. I felt the same thing the day I got married, but exponentially more so when my daughter was born. Now with the second child on the way, I feel that push again. It is up to me to drive it in the right direction, though, and become who I need to be for me and my family. I want to be the kind of dad my kids look up to. They can rely on me to be there when they need me. I want them to be able to play sports with me, pray with me, feel confident that they can talk to me and receive clarity and wisdom. I want to set an example for them educationally as well. And I want to be the husband and father they deserve. And so part of that, like, so moving on with, so basically just setting up my goals and my consequences. My consequences were just, I wanted them to be something I could do, something that would improve me a little better. And so, like, one of the things I've always kind of wanted to help out better around the house. And so as a consequence, it would be like, my consequence was like thoroughly clean the house, like not just like pick things up, but like, because it's gotta hurt a little bit, right? And so for me, cleaning can be kind of annoying. And so I'd just go around and like deep clean everything. So my house got cleaned quite a bit this semester. And then my other consequence, basically I made it so that I could do one or the other one depending on the situation. Because, like, for example, if I already cleaned the house the day before, then I would just like go without the Xbox that day was my consequence, which for me is a little bit more difficult than some. So so for my goal tracking, the goals that I mainly had, like, here's the two goals that were just like, if I was keeping track of my goals and then also like checking up on my partners, which was you guys. And then so then on to like the main daily goals was like if I wanted to pray daily, and specifically kneel to pray. And does it say? So so I wanted to like to pray daily, and I did pretty good about that job or about that particular goal throughout. Matter of fact, I think that's like the only one that I think I missed a couple in there, but for the most part, I did that one daily, and I felt like it really improved my relationship with the Lord and helped my prayers become more meaningful. And this is the goal that I think I would change in the future. My main purpose in this goal was to, like, I wanted to improve my health, but I also wanted to, and I'd say really the main goal was just spend better quality time with my family. And so I kind of packed those two goals into one. And I think in the future, I'm going to separate those two out so that I am more active. Because I essentially gave my way and out with that goal by just going, okay, either go to the gym for 30 minutes or I could just spend some time with my family, like active quality times, like going on walks or going to the park, things like that. And so I kind of gave myself an out when it came to the gym. And so I'm going to split that up in the future so that I actually push myself to go to the gym more. But that one was a really good one for me because I felt like I spent a lot more time with my family this semester. A lot better quality time with my daughter and got a lot closer. Then I had a personal goal, and I had this goal as well of this was to help me to improve my education so that I was making sure I was doing all my work first before I played. And so I had a few no's in there. And then I had throughout the whole project, I had a few excuse no's when we were on vacation and one time when I got sick. But for the most part, I kept up with my goals. And this goal kind of reflects on this one as well, with spending time with my family. So just in conclusion,
I like that not watching TV together.
Yeah, like and this is like a weekly goal, so it's like, am I actually having a meaningful conversation with her throughout the week? And like, enjoying like getting definite quality time as opposed to just like hanging out. I've been in a marriage class, the second part of the block, and it was kind of interesting how those kind of collided, because it's like, yeah, just hanging out isn't, you need like actual interaction time. So yeah, in the future, I think I would cover that kind of. I'd split some goals up. I think I would also push myself a little bit harder. Like I set this one up because I knew I was gonna be keeping track of it daily, and I knew it was gonna be, I didn't want it to take up too much time throughout the day because I knew I was gonna have a lot on my plate through this semester. But I think in the future, I would either make my consequences more severe, and my goals more challenging to kind of really push myself, because I don't feel like I pushed myself as much with this project as I should have. Like I completed everything like I was supposed to, but the goals themselves aren't that inherently hard. But I feel like if I really want to push myself in the aspects, like spirituality and things like that, then I'll create other goals such as like scripture reading, things like that, to really push myself in those areas to do more and do better. And then just on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'd give myself like an 8, because like I said, I feel like I could have done better. Like I could have done more, but I still did pretty good and kept on with it. And then just in closing about accountability, just it's a thing about it's diligence. You need to be diligent about it and hold yourself accountable and be honest with yourself. So that's mine, I guess. Conclusion.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. How do I stop sharing? Okay.
Okay. I can go ahead and share mine. I did my project in the form of paper, and so I'll screen share. Okay. Yeah, I wrote in the brain just a big paper about it. But so here are my goals. Daily, study the scriptures, read to my kids, make sure the kitchen is clean. That one I discovered to actually be more important than I thought it was. I think, study scriptures, read to my kids is kind of self-explanatory. And I think, I'll start over. Okay, so what I wanted to do is basically I wanted to be the person that I want my kids to grow up to be. Like pretty much what Tom was saying, be a role model. I wanted to show through my actions that family and the gospel are the most important things in my life. I wanted to help my family, help myself see how much more I could accomplish during the day if I wasn't wasting time on social media sites. I wanted to become someone who gets things done and is able to recognize and follow promptings of the Holy Spirit. I wanted to be a healthier person by continuing to exercise regularly and eating less sugar. I guess my main goal was to be a well-rounded person who is not really idle but finds a way to be productive and tries to improve on myself each day. And so, the main thing that I think we can do to improve is scripture study. And if I'm improving myself, I want to be a better mom. So I wanted to make sure I read to my kids each day. I wanted to make sure the kitchen was clean each day before bed, because I just feel like that's a good way to start the morning each day, is when I wake up, not to have to walk into the kitchen to make breakfast for the kids and pack lunches and be stressed out because of a dirty kitchen. Next, I wanted to, hey buddy, 1 sec, okay? I wanted to limit my social media time to 1 hour. That includes, just laying in bed before I fall asleep. Report on my completion, say personal prayers, and follow up on classmates. These two, report on completion and follow up on classmates, I was really bad at reporting. I followed up as much as I could. I followed up with you guys weekly, and then 2 other ones I was following up on, I checked on them when I could. But those were my main downfalls, I feel like. My weekly goals, was to do a 30-minute exercise 4 times a week and give each of my 3 children a one-on-one time for at least 3 times, which I put that because I feel it's important, there's 3 kids and I'm doing school and my husband travels for work, so I'm busy, home alone with the kids most of the time. He's gone for weeks, he's been gone for 3 weeks right now. But I think it's important that, each of the kids feels like they're important and they get that one-on-one time. I wanted to make sure I performed some sort of active service each week. And when my husband wasn't traveling, I wanted to make sure that I was able to spend one-on-one time with him as well, because, like Sean was saying, that it's important to not neglect that relationship with your spouse. My monthly goals were to act on a spiritual prompting 5 times, have dessert less than 4 times, which was rough because I have such a sweet tooth, but I was able to get that one done. It was awesome. Then complete my visiting teaching each month and do a little something extra for each member of my family. And yeah, those are pretty much my goals. I feel like I did a pretty good job. I was able to get my stuff done. Like I said, reporting on my completion was the worst thing. I was horrible with that. And so my consequences were an extra 30-minute exercise, or not going out to eat for 2 weeks, or no soda for 2 days. And I pretty much just ended up doing hour workouts every day because I never reported my completion. And so that was nice because it helped me, kind of build that habit. I gave myself an 8 also, just because I feel like my motivation wasn't in the right place, I guess. I feel like what I was wanting to do was get a good grade on the project. And I almost feel like that kind of clouded my vision of trying to become a better person. Trying to build my character and like what the project was supposed to be about. And let's see. Sorry, I have stuff written down here. Also, another thing I would change is I would be much more organized with the whole project. Is I would, I started using Google Calendars near the end, and you can put in little tasks. And I think I'd use that a lot more frequently because I feel like some days it'd get to 7 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I haven't read to the kids yet. So I yell at them all to come sit down so I can redo them. And that's not the spirit of the project, that was just getting it done to get it done. And so I think being more organized and actually scheduling out my days would help a lot more with that. As far as learning what accountability is, I feel like accountability is really recognizing our part and holding ourselves responsible for the things that need to be done, and then also graciously accepting the consequences. Because when you do that, you recognize that you yourself dropped the ball and you can't blame it on anyone else. There's always going to be, external circumstances that'll put obstacles on our way. But that can't be an excuse for why we don't get things done. Because, accountability is understanding your part. It's your role. It's what you're supposed to be doing. And when you don't do it, it doesn't get done. And you just need to accept that. And so, yeah, that was my experience with it.
Cool.
Who wants to go next?
Hey, David, could you go next?
My
He's being a pain.
my computer's also being a pain. Give me 5 minutes. I guess we can just talk about whatever, and I should be able to fix my issue.
What exactly is the problem?
Well, the problem is I lost a couple of slides, and I'm trying to get them back. I'm sorry, could you say that again? Amanda, did you hear him?
No.
Okay, did everyone just go silent? Because I can't hear anyone.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have to have it, as long as you have all the knowledge. I don't know if they're really worried about presentation.
Okay. Okay, I just need 2 more minutes then. Okay, where is the file share? Ah, there's that. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Screen share. Sharing my screen. And Amanda is frozen. Or quiet or mute. Everyone's muted. What happened?
Sorry, my kid's crying.
My
Give him a
computer sounds
lollipop.
like a race car.
Okay, can
How's
you...
your kid, Logan?
He just turned 4 months.
Hope he doesn't have colic or something, right?
He just got his shots.
No. Poor guy.
All right. So my accountability
Oh,
project is only about 80%. No, go back. Sorry, that was weird. Okay. So my accountability project is only about like 90% complete. So my goals this semester were to lose weight, to get closer to my wife, and bring up my GPA. These goals were to help me prepare to become a member of the military and hopefully become part of their officer programs. And the way I set my goals up were daily, weekly, and for the whole semester. And so pretty much my daily was, did I work out half an hour to an hour a day, study for all of my classes, eat healthily, avoid unhealthy sugars, turn in all of my homework, study and pray, get a good night's sleep, and pretty much make sure that my house is a decent working order. And then the weekly goals were date night, go to church, make it on time to work and class, and be prepared for the next week. And then my monthly goals, or I guess this would be more of the semesterly goals, I forgot to change that from monthly to semesterly, was to get my GPA up and get my PT score up. And the PT score specifically for ROTC. And for the first couple of weeks, I was doing pretty good until about the end of September. I got injured. I got a knee injury. And pretty much because of that knee injury, I was put down I couldn't meet any of my workout goals. And then there was one week in general that pretty much, because of that knee injury, I fell behind. So I kind of fell off my diet, ate all this junk, drank soda, tried to catch up on my homework. And pretty much I got most of my homework done these weeks. It's just like there's 1 or 2 Z assignments that daily. I'm being filmed.
I know.
Okay. I'm distracted. But okay, where was I? So pretty much I finished most of my homework, but I didn't get all of it done. Most days I either prayed or read scriptures, but not both, and then finally got that back in order. And once I hurt my knee, it was just I couldn't sleep, I couldn't move, and I mean I was forgetting everything that week. So, and somehow we still had date night, but I think that church week I went to bed about 4 a.m. and slept through church completely. So I mean, but I didn't make it to work and classes on time somehow. And so pretty much I kept going through my goals. And after a couple of weeks, I finally got back to working out. And then I re-injured myself on the 21st. And after that, I just didn't do any working out just because I needed to get my knee healed. I needed to put no pressure on it. So, I mean, yeah, there are some ab workouts. I don't really count that as working out, though, for me. because I need to run, swim, etc. And I should be able to start doing that sometime next week, or I think it's about the 21st where my knee will be completely healed. Other than that, did all of my homework, got back into my diet, got everything ready to go. Pretty much everything has been going to work except I think this last Sunday where I had an anxiety attack Saturday and stayed up basically all night and slept in again. But other than that, I've been meeting most of my weekly goals and getting everything going. And so the becoming part of my project is I wanted to be a person that my family can count on. I wanted to be able to support my family, go wherever with them. I want to be physically strong and motivated. And I also want to be spiritually stronger because I've always wanted to serve my country. And to do that, I need to learn how to lead. I need to know how to strengthen my family so that if we're constantly moving, they're able to adapt to any new environment. And I need to know what it means to be a member of the church so that I can teach my future children to be strong members of the church so that they will never lose their way. And pretty much I changed my accountability goals, but because these were the ones I submitted for the class, this is what I tried to keep to. So pretty much I met all of my mental goals so I could play video games and other electronic devices during my free time. But because I got injured, my physical goals, my punishment for not meeting my physical goals was to run 2 miles for every physical goal I didn't meet on Saturday. And because of the nature of my injury, I couldn't complete that punishment. So I changed it to I needed to every time I didn't reach a certain type of physical goal, i.e. not keeping to the diet, to clean. And I mean, like seriously clean, not just straighten up and keep it organized. I mean, I kept everything pretty wiped down, dishes, everything.
That was nice.
Yeah, she enjoyed those goals for quite a bit. And she would keep track. It's like, oh, you drank a soda today. Thank you. Crap. And then I did the dishes. So, and then finally was my spiritual goals. And pretty much if I didn't complete the spiritual goals for the day, I would basically lose any rewards for completing both the physical and mental goals. So if I completed a mental goal and a physical goal, but I didn't complete my spiritual goal, I couldn't receive the rewards for doing the physical and spiritual goals, which means I did more cleaning. And so, again, I already mentioned the reasons for my nose for the working out portion. I injured myself, and I should be recovered by the 21st. And because of the nature of the injury, I couldn't punish myself for that type of injury. Most of the reasons for missing my eating-related goals was because of extreme stress. When I get really stressed, I'm a stress eater. I'll just grab whatever is available in the fridge or on the way to work. And so it's gotten bad this week because of the finals and not knowing what my final GPA will be. But like I said, I changed my physical from running to cleaning. So once I'm actually done with this, I'm going to clean the kitchen, do the dishes, because I kind of didn't. I had like 20 pot stickers today because of the amount of stress. Yes, there's an empty bag where, well, you said you didn't want them. They didn't taste as good as the original, and you're right. And yeah, it's been a long day because I just finished one of my finals yesterday and I have a final tomorrow. And so I don't know what the grade of that final is because we did it in test. So yeah, pretty much all of my eating related goals are because of stress. And the other no's are basically I get stressed. I also forget things to do. And when I broke them, I punished myself for doing them. And then I got better with keeping them. And overall, what I've accomplished with keeping to these goals, mentally, I have kept 2 A's and 2 B's in my classes. And I should note my GPA on the 16th, which is last day of my classes. Because I've been keeping mostly to my staying healthy with my eating, I've lost a little over 9 pounds. And spiritually, it's one of those, I'm not really sure how to measure that because the scriptures say you'll feel these things, and I can't really measure those things. But I mean, life does seem to be getting easier the more I keep those, so I'm going to say, I guess so. What I'm going to do differently in the future is have less goals. More specifically, because of all these goals I had, they were either physical, mental, or spiritual. I'm going to try working on one of those things at a time until I've mastered that, and then work to a similar goal, or at least work on clustered goals at the same time, so I can concentrate on completing those goals. And so overall, on the scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate myself a 9.5 because for the most part, I kept to my punishments, I kept to my goals, and I did keep up with looking at my partner's stuff. And with you guys, my partners in this class, I would check up on you guys once a week, see how it's going, talk with you about it, and pretty much kept up with you guys just to see if, encourage and hope that you guys were doing better. Other than that, accountability, from this project, I didn't really learn anything other than how to apply more reinforcers. So basically, I learned that it's easier to be more accountable if you have reinforcers to strengthen what you're trying to account for. So I mean, that's what I learned about accountability. And that's it. That's all I have.
Cool.
Awesome.
Hopefully I didn't talk for too long.
I like the idea of having less goals. I think that's a good point, to not try and overwork yourself and, keep things manageable.
Yeah, that was my biggest problem with this project, is that I was having trouble keeping track of which goals I would be working on. So how do I, okay.
Okay, my turn?
Yep.
Perfect. So, just a disclaimer. Mine is nothing like you guys. You guys had way more goals than I had. I knew I was going to have a really busy semester. I was working like 20 to 30 hours at work, and then had about 15 plus credits, and we just had a new baby studying for the GMAT. So it was a crazy semester. So I kept my goals pretty simple. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to just honestly have the spirit, because I knew I was going to be super busy, and kind of stay up with my studies for things that weren't in a class. I found that in past semesters, when things get really busy like they were for me this semester, that my scripture study becomes worse and worse and worse and worse. I end up having, if I even do it, it's like I'll open it, read 2 verses, and then I'll be done. So I didn't want that to happen this semester. So here is the whole time. Oh yeah, so my weekly goals is, my wife and I are teachers. We teach the family and marriage relationship class at church, and we wanted to make sure that every Saturday we plan the lesson. So because we have church at 1, we didn't want to plan it the Sunday morning. We wanted to have it done Saturday, and we have a good plan, so we had time to prepare and we were able to teach them. And then I wanted to go to the temple each month. So the first month, it was really short, so I didn't get to the temple, so that kind of was sad. But I did do the punishment that I had. But for the most part, everything else I was fairly on top. I was on top of it. I got it all done, and it was pretty cool. I just used Google Sheets here. So for that, no. So it's just that one. It kind of like deterred me. So I play like a little game on my phone, kind of like as a de-stressor, and I kind of do it throughout the day. And when the stress starts to build up, I just take it out, take like 3 minutes, and then I'm done. And like it's just like a nice way to like take my mind off what was stressing me and just kind of refocus. And not having that after I missed that one goal was like, that day was kind of crappy. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so stressed. So I was like, I do not want to miss another goal. So, because it took me a lot longer to de-stress. And so I think that really helped me not do it. So in the future, I doubt that's going to be the same thing. I probably won't play that game much longer, but I'll probably need future things that are they're just as difficult to accomplish. That aren't huge time constraints, but that are something I don't want to do. So what I was able to accomplish very well was my scripture study. So I had 20 minutes set aside each day that I had to study my scriptures. And so having that time where that was my allotted time, instead of just read a chapter or just read this or just study this, like I had a specific time. And that time allowed me to really develop my scripture study and like transform it into that time. And I thought it was really cool. I kind of changed the way I do my scripture study, so I was really glad about that. The thing that I wanted to accomplish that I wasn't able to was studying for the GMAT. So I wanted to really get a better understanding of it. So I have a few apps where I would just answer a question or two each day, and it turned out that that was a lot easier than I had expected to do. And so it was just kind of like I got it done, and then that was it. So there wasn't enough like work into that. So I wish that I had spent more time on the GMAT, even though in all reality I probably didn't have time this semester. But in the future, I would definitely. I am going to put more effort into that. So yeah, that's the changes right here. Effort, I killed it. From what I set up, I did everything I was supposed to. The only thing I guess probably like I said I would change is I would make that one a little more difficult, but just with the circumstances of this semester, I didn't want to push it too much. Honestly, I thought this was the coolest project ever. I didn't really think of it as like an assignment. It was just something that I was trying to do because I always set goals. I'm really good about having semester goals and monthly goals and things like that. And so actually having them like written down where I reported on it, like really helped me out and helped me to be able to look back and say like I am making differences. So this is probably something that I'm going to keep doing from each semester to semester, year to year. And I just thought it was a huge help in my goal setting. So that's what I had. It was an awesome experience for me. So yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might actually add a temple goal for next time I do this, which will, to be honest, our next time we're going to plan on doing this is basically once the semester is over.
Yeah, I'm going to start just for the next semester. So I'm going to take the break for off the break here, and then I'm going to get right back on it.
Same here. I don't want to try and set up like a workout goal and then go on vacation.
I think I'll do a workout goal this next semester because I didn't do it this semester. I'm very glad, honestly, that I didn't because I didn't have time. I was running around crazy. But
yeah, I could definitely
feel like intellectually I was doing really well. Spiritually, I was doing really well. Physically, ouch, guys. Let me tell you, this is the first time I started like no workouts. And
that happens when you're having a baby, dude. Like
that's true.
I was working on number 2 here, and that's why I'm like, I need to make that a priority next semester because I feel like I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I just got a Fitbit, so hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, I need to upgrade. I need to get my Fitbit back up to snuff. But the thing is, like, I couldn't get everything under control. So it's just like I was completing all my goals, but I was also working 25 hours trying to do all my homework. And it's just like a couple of my non-accountability project goals didn't happen. Like we kept wanting to go to the temple, but something came up, or just like just because we were overdoing it just a little bit with the goals, and it's like crap.
That was one of my goals was like to attend the and I specifically said just go to the temple once a month as my goal. It's like because we didn't always get to go do a session, but like for example, we went for the month of November. We were in Salt Lake, and so we went down there when sorry, my daughter turned on a movie. So while we went and saw like the temple lights, and honestly, it's just nice getting to go be on the temple grounds, even if you can't go inside and do a session. Just going sometimes is beneficial enough.
Yeah. So do we know how to turn these in? Because I'm going to the site now. I mean,
Like I said before, you're just gonna like the presentation and and your accountability project. You're just gonna email it directly to her.
Okay, so we just email it to her. All right.
And I don't even know, like I can't go back and watch the video that she posted on the announcements, and I don't know if that actually is part of your grade, or if she just wants it for reference or future materials. Because they'll use them as examples if they really like them. They'll show them off to other students, stuff like that. That's my daughter saying she wants to watch My Little Pony.
How old is she?
She's almost 2.
Oh, you got one on the.
Turn it on in a minute. Little stinker.
All right. Well, I think that's all.
Okay.
All right.
That's for a good semester. It's been a fun group.
It's been
Yeah,
a
have a
good
Merry
one.
You guys
Christmas.
were awesome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.